So we're gonna go over some gameplay here. I am playing the Hare Apparent deck, and in the top corner over there we have Helga. Bottom corner we have Corvold, and in the left I had to blur this guy's video out just because there was something I can't show on YouTube on his table, so that's why that's blurred. But this was a public game, and he is playing Nekusar in the bottom corner. Um, I go ahead and I actually have to mull down to 6 at the beginning of this just because I don't get any lands in my opening hands. And I keep a hand which I believe has 3 Hare Apparents to open. I have a Everybody Lives and a couple lands. We get here over to now this is turn 3 at this point. Turn 2, I dropped a Hare Apparent. I dropped my Lunark on the next turn, which is turn 3. And at this point, I still have Cavern and Plains out. I named Rabbits, obviously, for my Cavern of Souls. And I swing out, I hit Trooper for 2 with my Hare, and then I play another Hare Apparent, getting another 2 more out there, and actually healing because of the Lunark Veteran. I feel like I'm in a good spot at this point, but we get to turn 4, and I actually, unfortunately, stall here because I end up not drawing a land, which is super unfortunate, and I have to end up stalling for actually, I think, a couple of turns here. I don't think the land base particularly needs more lands, but you guys can let me know what you think as you play the deck, or if you do play the deck. But I do get another Heir Apparent out on this turn, which is turn 4, and I've swung at Corvold, brought him down to 33, hit Trooper, and I feel like I'm at a pretty good spot at this point in the game. I'm like, everybody's board state's not looking too great. Corvold there has a Gala Greeters, and I'm forgetting what that card is on the corner there. We have Nekusar giving us a little bit of extra card draw, and I'm like, I don't mind the card draw. I think we're losing like 1 health. I have Lunark Veteran out, which I'm like, I can sustain for forever with the Lunark and the Heir Apparent there. But then, unfortunately, Helga gets to this point where Helga just starts doing Simic things. And at this point, Helga takes like what I think is like a 15-minute turn or something. And that's why I absolutely despise playing against Simic players. I don't mind the gameplay patterns as much as I hate how long the turns take. And Helga goes on for, like I said, 15 minutes. Does actually not much of anything, but what they do is they eventually get out and this is where it's going to impact my gameplay. They get out a Kozilek. I think the Broken Reality is the one. And when they get the Kozilek out here, let's just go a little bit forward. This is still on turn 4. They actually target me, and I believe it is Corvold to manifest. Oh no, sorry, it's Trooper to manifest. And I end up having to manifest one of my Heir Apparents, and I end up manifesting a Oj attack because at this point in the game, let me pull up my hand here. I think at this point in the game, I had, let's see if we can just move over here. This was my hand, so I'm gonna pull it up. Unfortunately, this is taking me a second. Here we go. So I'm gonna zoom in. I had a couple Heir Apparents, a Chroma's Will, and an Everybody Lives. So I apologize about that stall. But my thought process was when that this manifest came out is I was gonna keep the Everybody Lives, so because I was stalling on lands to hopefully stay alive. And then outside of that, I was planning to then use. I wasn't gonna drop the Draenith because I didn't think there was any point to it. And actually, I had named this lobby as like a power 8, and I didn't really want to play stacks just to like slow down the game. So I kept that in hand. I kept the Generous Gift as a backup. And really, the Everybody Lives was the main reason that I had to end up manifesting that Oj attack. So this hand's a little bit after. Helga takes a very long turn here. Like I said, does much, like not too much here. We go through it, and I think at this point, I adjust my screen because I need to get more tokens on the board. Moves to my turn, and I get more Heir Apparents out. At this point, Helga ends up killing herself through essentially decking themselves. And the reason that happened was because Helga's win con was a Craterfoot Behemoth, got super unlucky, and the Craterfoot was at the second to last card, and to draw it, they actually would have needed to deck themselves. So they ended up dying to getting decked. Surprisingly, they didn't die to Nekusar's triggers. They were getting pinged pretty hard from the Nekusar triggers, but stayed alive. But I did still have the Everybody Lives in hand. This is a couple turns out. I think this is the very next turn after Helga died. And because Helga had died and I felt like there wasn't a big threat on the board, I chose to cast my Mondrak. So I did that with a Heir Apparent in my hand because I was planning to hopefully get that last Heir Apparent out. And then the following turn, because I was so tight on mana, I was hoping to draw my land and a Chroma's Will and kill the board. So I thought at this point, I was like, surely I'm going to win. Both of these guys seem a bit far from their win cons. This Corvold wasn't like a super high powered Corvold. I think Corvold got a kind of big nerf with the dockside hit here. But as you can see, I play my Hare Apparent. And at that point, if you notice, Mondrak is gone. Corvold actually shot my Mondrak. And it was super unfortunate because I was tapped out. I couldn't protect my Mondrak with an indestructible counter. And the next turn, I get a Ancient Tomb. So at this point, I don't think it's worth it to recast Mondrak. And I want to keep up my lands just in case I need to use the Everybody Lives, because I notice that the board state is kind of getting out of control. And I choose to keep up the 2 white mana. Um, at this point, if you just saw that, I get decimated by Corvold. He swings out at me, takes me down to 31, and he blows up my Ancient Tomb, which is a huge bummer because this actually prevents me from using my Chroma's Will to end the game, because I am now short a single mana from doing the Chroma's Will. And I felt like every time I was that close to winning with this deck, it just got taken away from me. At this point, Corvold then, the following turn, tries to swing at me. I play that Everybody Lives. I live, but unfortunately, I get wheeled by Nekusar. And Nekusar, actually, if you notice, Corvold is gone now. He ends up peering into the abyss on Corvold and killing him. Luckily, he did not choose me, because he did that on the following turn after Corvold blew up my land and had decimated us, and actually with the Everybody Lives as well. So at this point, the game goes back and forth for quite some time. I get Enduring Innocence out. I get One Ring. I have my altars, my Anointed. I am creating a ton of tokens. I'm sustaining my health, like I said, with that Luminous Phantom or the Lunarch Veteran. And I'm able to almost take down Nekusar. But unfortunately, he was able to protect his like Psychosis Crawler and a couple other creatures long enough that he was eventually able to find a wheel that ended up killing me. But that was kind of an idea of how the gameplay went. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the deck tech. And let me know if these type of videos are something you guys want to see more of. Until then, I'll catch you all in the next video.